Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title to this video suggests, we're going to be discussing Thai permanent residence. For specifics, or I shouldn't say specifics, for sort of the broad overview on Thai PR generally, I recommend checking out another video on this channel discussing Thailand permanent residence. But for this video specifically, we're specifically talking about so-called nationality quotas. And what do we mean by this? Well, under the current regime by which permanent residence is adjudicated in the Kingdom of Thailand, there is a quota system that basically has been put in place, which places basically a cap on the number of individuals within a given nationality who may apply for PR under the quota in this system. So there are non-quota immigrants, and I'm not going to get into that specifically within this video, but essentially the thing to take away from this, for a first-time applicant for permanent residence, the quota system is probably going to apply to that individual. There are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, most people, the quota is going to apply when they're first applying for Thai PR. The first thing to remember is Thai PR it's an extension in a sense, but it also confers a certain visa status, and specifically that visa status is immigrant visa status. So that's something to keep in mind. But with respect to quotas generally, yes, there is a quota system. It tends to be capped at 100 for most of the foreign countries that speak, say, English, or the European Union countries. The quotas may vary with respect to other nationalities that are perhaps nearer to the kingdom, although it's been my experience that by and large the quota system seems to apply rather evenly across all nationality spectrum. But that being said, it does seem a little bit strange that, you know, the same quota that applies to, say, Mauritius or the Maldives, very small countries, population-wise compared to, say, India or China, would apply. But that being said, oftentimes that turns out to be the case. Most of the nationalities that really need to worry about the PR quota are, as I mentioned, countries that have high population density and that are very well represented in terms of expats here in the kingdom. So in my experience, I've noticed that Indians and Chinese, Indian nationality, folks with Indian nationality and people with Chinese nationality, specifically the People's Republic of China, oftentimes come up against quota issues with respect to processing their permanent residence applications. Meanwhile, the so-called Anglosphere, the countries that speak English, it's been my experience that most years go by without there being a quota issue or somebody coming up against the quota. Europe seems to be sort of the same way, where the quota system is not something that really needs to be particularly worried about. But it is something to keep an eye on, and especially here recently where I've seen that the policies toward immigration are more favorable somewhat and efficient with respect to those who are wanting to stay longer term and have the credentials to do it, so have all the necessary documentation to go ahead and prove up a reason for extending something like permanent residence. There's getting to be more applicants, and they're processing a bit more efficiently now, so there's more and more people that are going through the lines. As a result, you know, it's possible that we could see more and more nationalities bumping up against these quotas. Finally, another thing to take away from this video is there is a certain period of time. There's the so-called window opens, usually for 30 days, where they accept permanent residence applications, and then it closes again, and you have to wait around until the next year. So again, the quota can be something that can create some difficulty with respect to the overall process, because one that bumps up against the quota might find the window close on them and they have to wait around until the next year. So depending on circumstances, the quota system may or may not be of very particular import with respect to a given case.